Hello, my name is Dr. Domo. This is my skeleton and note card holder, Jackson Ebenezer Bone Jangles. And today, we will be learning the magic of the basics of logarithms, including the laws of logarithms and, exactly what they are. Alright. If you're watching this video, your math teacher has probably told you, hey, we're going to be doing logarithms. And because in popular culture, logarithm has become a word for I do really tough math, you may be like, math is evil. Oh no, I can't do this. This is so terrible. I'm allergic to numbers. But really, you shouldn't be freaking out. Logarithm, according to the Webster Dictionary entry, is the exponent that indicates the power to which a base is blah 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 blah. To put it simply, it's a rearranged exponent. An exponential function, which we've already learned, is b to the y is equal to x. The logarithmic function, on the other hand, is y is equal to log bx. They look very similar. You still have the y, you still have the b, you still have the x, but instead of getting x as your answer, you get the exponent as your answer. B is just the base. To put it into perspective a little bit, I guess, we can all agree that 3 squared is equal to 9. We've known this since like the 3rd grade, when we learned that 3 times 3 is equal to 9, even if we didn't know that we knew that 3 squared was 9. Log base 3, you still have the base, of 9, what you come up with in the exponential function, is equal to 2, your exponent. So it's very, very simple. When working with logarithms, there are some things that you should just never, ever, ever forget. Ever, 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 ever. The first thing is that logarithms cannot be negative, because in a lot of cases you can't come up with a negative answer to your exponent, and so x right here has to be greater than 0. If it's negative, then your teacher is probably either trying to be evil and give you a trick question so that you will intentionally get it wrong so that they can laugh maniacally later, or they made a mistake and you should probably point that out so that nobody else has to notice it and not notice it and get the math incorrect, because that would be terrible. Okay? Second thing, b to the negative n is equal to 1 over bn. This is one of your rational exponential rules that you had to learn to do exponents. Well, you have to know all of those as well when you're doing logarithms, because like I said, it's a rearranged exponent. And that's basically all it is. You need to remember how to distribute, which you've known since like geometry. X times a plus b is equal to ax plus bx. Really simple. You need to know how to factor, which you should have known since geometry, because that's just how it is. And then the next thing that you need to know is the laws of logs. Alright? It's very, very similar to the laws of exponents. Like, they're basically the same set of rules. Log n times n is equal to log m plus log n. Log of m over n is equal to log m minus log n. Log of m to the p is equal to p times log m. And then log base m1 is equal to 0. Some may wonder why this is. It is because if you rearrange it, m to the 0 is always 1. Regardless of what m may be, it could be 2, it could be 2,000. But if it's to the 0, it is always 1. You should already know this. It's the easiest of the exponential laws, but that is why. I don't have much of an explanation for this, but x to the log xb is equal to b. That's how it works. Don't ask me why. Alright? Now, throughout this, I have said log base whatever equals doopa-doopa-doo. You may be thinking, oh my god, I don't know what that button is on my calculator. It will only do log. How do I do this? So someone save me. My math teacher is evil and puts this on my tests. How do I do this? Well, on a TI-84 Plus and on a TI-84 and on a lot of calculators, like the one I have, you press the math button, then you press the green alpha button beneath the second button, then you press the math button again, or you press the math button and you scroll down until you get to A. Some calculators don't have that option. You can't just go to the math button and then scroll down because people were mean and didn't put that option on there. That's why we have the change of base formula. It makes everyone's life easier. You don't have to press a ton of buttons, and sometimes it actually saves you time, believe it or not. Knowing this will also help you in more advanced logarithmic mathematics. Right? The change of base formula basically states that log base n m is equal to log m over log n. Put this into perspective, if you had log 80 base 6 is equal to x, you didn't know how to get to the function that lets you put log base whatever of whatever is equal to your answer. You could get the log of 80 and divide it by the log of 6, and you would get x. So, I hope that this helps everyone understand logarithms a little bit better, because this really isn't a very hard concept to understand. Jackson would agree, even though he's a little bit dead. And we're hoping that this clears things up for you and that we get a really awesome grade on our project, because Mr. Lay is a wonderful person and we love him. And brownie points, brownie points, brownie points. Have a wonderful day and good luck on your math homework.